Yeah, no, thank you for sharing. And I think personally, from my perspective, since kind of discovering, I think you said, what is reality? And that is the question really that we tend to try and explore in every kind of conversation that we have. So maybe that's the name. Maybe that's the podcast name. What is reality?
Yes.
um, but with that, I think for me, and I think I've said this to you before, it's such an insignificant moment, but I remember it really, really well. And it was one Christmas when like work kind of shut down. Like everybody has these like 2-week shutdowns over Christmas. And I was thinking, you know, we had Christmas with your family and all this kind of stuff. And then there's these weird days in between that, you know, nobody really knows what to do. And I just remember thinking, how many times can somebody go shopping, go to the cinema, or go to the pub, right? And it started, that for me, it's such an insignificant moment, but that was for me the catalyst to start thinking, what is the purpose? There must be more than this. Like there must be more. And then, you know, for me, going to America was like a huge catalyst to kind of see a different perspective on the world and realize the space that you occupy is actually very, very small, and to be able to see alternative perspectives is really valuable and, you know, can only broaden your horizons. So I think as you're talking there about like what is reality and discovering this, you know, whether we're right or whether we're wrong, I know personally, since I guess finding this deeper sense of meaning and purpose in the world, I know I've been joyous. Like I'm, you know, people say to me, you've been like so happy, Natalie, for years, right? And it's not because like bad things don't necessarily happen. It's just I have this, I guess you could call it faith, right? It's like this deep faith that everything is unfolding as it's meant to. And like you say, if we are wrong, well, great, because I'm kind of, you know, in this bliss state that is quite difficult. I'm not saying I'm superhuman, but it's quite difficult for me to see the world as anything other than magical now. So I think if more people could see it like that, whether we're delusioned or not, it's a pretty nice place to be, right?
I think it's if it was only two choices between that and the mess that the world is in, you know, it's clear, you know, scientists would call it game theory. You know, the game theory points at betting on this view of reality because the odds are that it's got just as good a chance of being right, if not greater chance of being right, than the other diminishing, dwarfing view of reality. And it puts us in a more powerful state to live our lives more impregnable by events, above the weather, able to deal with whatever comes up because we trust that the universe is benevolent and has a good reason to be benevolent to us because we are it.